And welcome back to another video where today we're going to be checking out some command blocks and command block commands and some other things such as selectors. This is a command block. Get it? All you need to do is open your chat, give your Minecraft name. For example, mine is real job 99999T, and then command _ block. And then you get a command block. They should look like this in your inventory. These are a few different types of command blocks. This one is the normal command block. On this side where it says command input is where you write your command. And on the left side, it should say a hover note, which, for example, let's write hover. It should say above the command block when you're hovering over it. Then there's the block type. This will make the block change its color and change how it works. This is the condition, which means if the command block before it worked, then run this command. This isn't necessary for a lot of command blocks except for the chain one. Then there's redstone, which means that if there's redstone, then it'll work. But if it's always active, then it's always active. Then there's execute on first tick, which only works if you have a delay in ticks or with repeating command blocks. This is another type of command block. It's the exact same, but it says chain. This chain command blocks are used for a line of command blocks that come one after the other, and this is the way you use condition. This is the repeating command block. If it's being powered or if it's active, then it'll start repeating the command it has over and over again unless there's a tick delay. This is a command block minecart. It can be used to move command blocks around, one command block around, instead of having to do some other things. It's really useful in case you want to move a command block. And this is the structure block. It's basically used to save and load structures and create your own structures, as you can see here. Now we're going to move on to some commands. The first very useful command that you will need to use is the game rule command. This is how you use it. First, you need to write /game rule and the game rule you want to do. And then if you run it like that, then it'll show you if it's true or false. You can also change your game rule by adding true or false or a number, depending on which game rule it is. You can actually change a lot of your game rules by going into settings and scrolling into your game settings, though this doesn't always work. So it's best to just use the command for ones that don't show up there. For example, here we have TNT explodes. Right now, TNT explodes is set to. Right now, let's try if TNT explodes is set to false. Now let's try lighting a piece of TNT. And as you can see, it doesn't work. But what happens when you change it to true? Then the TNT would probably work, as you can see here. Light it up. Boom. And as you can see, it works then. Let's move on to the next command. The next command we have is the fill command. This is what the fill command should look like for you. So first, you have /fill, then you have the first set of coordinates, and basically what this command does is it basically fills in an area with a block, or if multiple blocks. It's basically like world edit. So you write fill, then the first coordinates, the second coordinates, then logs, or any block really. You can do, and let's try it out. For here, I placed a lot of logs from here all the way up to build limit. Let's test it out. Oh, it didn't work. Let's try again. Now, remember, there always will be errors in your command blocks. You just need to check. And as you can see, it worked now. You can also change some other things. For example, you can change it to air. You can change its block data, which is basically like what type of block it is. For example, if you did logs and you added a number to it, it would be like, basically it'll change, for example, logs will change its orientation, or maybe the type of log, or if you're doing concrete, then the color. And you can also make it if it destroys. In my opinion, you should just change it to 0 if you don't know if it doesn't have any data. You can add destroy, replace, and a bunch of other stuff. For destroy, it'll just destroy it like as if you destroyed it by placing some, like mining it with an axe. It drops a lot. This is satisfying. And as you can see, that's how the fill command works. It's time to move on to the next command. This is the set block command. The set block command is like the fill command, except it only does it with one block. It's very similar to the fill command. This is how you use the set block command. You have /set block, then you add the one coordinate, then what you want the block to be. What the block we're placing here is this gold block. Let's turn into Midas and change it to gold. As you can see, it changed to gold. That's very nice. You can also add the block data like normal, and also if you want to destroy it. Let's change it to diamond. I like diamonds. They're totally more useful than gold. We add diamond block, and then you can add its block data. And then you can add, for example, destroy. I like destroying. Very fun. Now we have the give command. The give command can be used to give items. For here, you can use give, the person's name, or the person's name, dirt, and how much you want to give them. Let's try to give myself some dirt. As you can see, I have been given 64 dirt. Now we're gonna clear it. But first, never mind. To write the clear command, you need to write clear and the player, dirt, or whatever you want to clear, 0, or the block data, and the amount. As you can see, it removed all of my dirt from me. Now we have the kill. The kill command is basically just killing anything. For example, here we're gonna kill this zombie right here. Let's test it out. I'm sorry, dude. You look very fancy, but you're a tech subject, and we have to do it. And that's how you use it. Basically, how it works is you write kill at, or the player, or thing in this case, and then that's it. It's time to see some selectors. So basically, in the past commands, we have basically been using some names, and with you can, for example, use Real Job, Steve, Alex, basically any name of a player. You can also use these. These they have an @ in front of them and a letter. Basically, what they mean is the first one, E, is basically like basically killing or doing something to all entities. So basically selecting them. At A, which means all players. At P, which means the nearest player. And at S, which means yourself, which usually only works with a player doing it. But there's a hidden one. Or at least, not so hidden. This is, how to use these is basically, you take one of these at selectors, then you add a square bracket, and then something here. For example, we have type, name, tag, and radius. Type basically means the type of mob, name means its name, tag means a tag that you gave into it using a command, which we'll get into next episode, and radius, which basically means a circle around the command block or player. Let's see these in action. We have the type, so for here we're going to use the type by teleporting it. We'll throw all of our junk onto the ground. This might take a while. It is a lot of junk, and you probably don't want it. You can teleport all of the items, and in this case we're adding items, and you basically just hit the button and it's teleported. Let's throw this into Oblivion Creative Inventory now. How about we read this? Next we have the name. The name one is very simple. It's just name equals and then the name. You can usually do this normally, but it's useful for names of commands or people or entities. As you can see, it teleported me there. Next we have the tag. For this, it'll teleport little Oliver here. Let's see if it works. As you can see, it teleported Oliver. And finally, we have radius. This command block will teleport me if I'm in the radius of 10 blocks. Let's see. So, we are in the radius of 10 blocks. But if we go slightly further away, then let's see what happens. As you can see, we didn't teleport because we weren't in the radius. As you can see, it didn't work. So, that's all the selectors. And that's everything I want to show to you in today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.